It's been a while since I've covered the Indian aviation industry, but I think its developments are always interesting, and its importance in the global aviation scene is massive, being one of the fastest growing markets, with an immense amount of carriers, not only established ones, but also newly founded companies looking to obtain as much market share as possible. But in the mix of all of that, there is also an airline that collapsed many years ago and has since ceased flying. But what makes this company so unique is the many attempts to get it back into the skies. Yes, I'm talking about Jet Airways, and let's just say their most recent developments are far from positive. They've posted losses of USD 121 million for the year ending on the 31st of March. Revenues and all other areas of the business saw substantial declines. That is to be expected, given they weren't flying at all, but it does indicate just how dire the situation continues to be, with their long-term future within the industry having significant question marks surrounding it. In addition, at the beginning of May, their chief executive that was in place to hopefully help the restart of the airline departed in what was a massive blow to its revival plans, as you would expect when one of the highest at the company walks away. Now, while the CEO did leave, the consortium that is leading the rebirth of Jet Airways did remain increasingly confident that they would overcome the hurdle and move ahead towards a launch. That being only 3 weeks ago now. Those hopes were further thrown down the drain actually only a matter of days ago when Jet Airways' AOC, that being their Air Operating Certificate, officially expired. JKC, which is the consortium that took over Jet Airways in 2021, has attempted countless times to get the airline back in the sky, but has failed to do so repeatedly. That's why you may recall on numerous occasions why Jet Airways has been covered, not just here on the publication, but also very generally in headlines around the globe, because every time they outline plans to restart, they ultimately miss this. And now they're probably experiencing their bleakest period since outlining those plans to return. As other Indian carriers have advanced, taken all-important market share, and also new ones have emerged, the landscape has changed drastically. Even in between Jet Airways' collapse and now, Air India is undergoing a massive transformation that includes hundreds of new aircraft. As for Jet Airways, whether they've addressed vital concerns that led to their collapse in the first place remains a question that is in desperate need of answering. But whether the company actually gets the chance to answer those questions is something that remains to be seen, as concerns continue to rise over the future at the airline, and whether one actually exists in the long term. And it must be said, all signs, and especially the most recent ones in, say, the past month, continue to point to this being a massive uphill battle, and for Jet Airways, potentially to a certain degree, a lost cause. I'd be very interested to hear your take down below in the comments, not just on the overall situation at Jet Airways, but the fact they've lost their chief executive officer, their AOC has expired, they're losing money, and they're yet to actually restart scheduled passenger operations. Thank you very much for watching, even despite the circumstances, and I'll continue to provide updates on the airline, whether it's on the website or here as they come in. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
And we'll fly.